Yes, sir.
Yo, peace and respect. Yo, peace and respect. Thank you for coming, bro. I got a little intro and then we'll get to the real meat and potatoes of this shit.
I
Know what I
got you.
mean?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Uh, my guest has a spiritual connection to the art of music. They say your network is your net worth. So this man is rich in many ways. Please help me welcome to the show, Eddy Jones.
Bop, bop, bop.
Yeah.
That was good. I like
Bow,
that.
bow, bow. I
Appreciate
mean, it's their gunshot here.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
It's good. How you feeling, man?
I'm great. How are you today, sir?
Oh, man. Loving life. Loving
All
life.
right, that's loving. Did you grow up in Toronto, bro?
I did not. I grew up in Mexico, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'm a
Um,
straight up immigrant from
you when did you move here?
1998.
Okay.
I was
So
40.
you have vivid memories of Mexico and that life.
It's exactly what you think, man. If you ever seen any movies about cartels, the border life with all that shit, it's exactly what like. Of course, some are painted worse than others, but basically, and it's a watch over your shoulder type of place. A lot of people ask me why I would leave Mexico, where the nice beaches and all the nice resorts. That's because I'm not from there. I'm from the border. I'm from the not nice area. So
Yeah.
those are my memories. But other than that, it's family. Growing up, I had a lot of family, as you would imagine. So those are most of the that I have. A lot of Christmas with hundreds of people and all that. So a lot of good memories.
Yo, that sounds fire. Probably some great food down there. You probably can't really beat it with the
Oh, good.
stick.
Oh, good. You would love it, man. Have you ever been down
Oh,
there?
I feel it. No, but I do want to travel.
You should, man. You should. It's amazing. It's better than you think.
No doubt. Eddy Jones, is that your actual government?
That is not my government, no.
Okay, explain the name, please.
There is no real name reason behind Eddy Jones other than the fact that I wanted a name that had no identity. I feel like I wanted to go by my real name. My last name is Garcia, but I felt like as soon as you hear Garcia, you're gonna expect a Mexican rapper, right? You're gonna expect some Spanish slang, right? You
Yeah,
see a Garcia in a song, you're gonna think, I'm gonna hear some. So
that's fine. Yeah.
I didn't want that. I wanted to be more neutral. You know what I mean? I wanted to not be cornered into that as a Mexican rapper, as a Spanish rapper. So that's why I went with a name. Why Eddy Jones? There's no real reason besides Eddy Jones except one drunken night. It was coming up with dope names. Eddy Jones sounded like a good name. Boom, roll with it. 7 years later, we here. What up? Eddy Jones now.
Yeah, Eddy Jones. That's what's up, man. Were you rapping at a young age?
I was rapping when I was a teenager, and I gave it for a very long time. I was actually a producer, and I had my own record label, Respect Over Money Records, for a very long time. I had my own artists, Mickey Red Eyes, MT Clips, and other artists, Trey, and stuff like that. And I followed that for a very long time. And as everybody went their own separate ways, I was like left, holding the bag. And it was like, what do I do? I took all the beats that I had collected for the last mixtape, and I just started writing. And I wrote for like 2 years. And then for almost 3 years, so for about 2 years and a half, I've been putting out music. So I've only really been doing this seriously for like 2.5 years,
But you were producing for a lot of people, right? You had a good network in that regard. Yeah. So basically, you ran out of artists that were down with the label, and so you just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna start making music.
Exactly.
I'm gonna start putting out my own fire."
Exactly. I feel like everybody that's a fan of hip hop has always had this fantasy of putting out their own album. You know what I mean, or their own mix. I always had that. I put out songs before when I was younger. I was featured in a lot of songs. I was hype man for a lot of artists, did a lot of great shows, but I always had that goal, that dream of releasing an album, you know, a body of work, right? So that's what I do. That was what my goal was. I never wanted to be rich and famous or all this like most rappers do. I don't care about all that. I just wanted that piece of work, and that's what I've been working at for the last, like I said, almost 3 years. So that I have a lot of connections from the past, so I've been able to follow that blueprint that I did before, and that's how I know connect all the dots. That's why I don't really I have people who help me like B1 and other people, but I really do this on my own, right? So from that experience as a producer.
How did you get into production? Like, what was your first foray into it?
I actually went to engineering school. I went to Toronto Film School. I did 2 semesters there, and I learned how to use Pro Tools. I learned how to use MIDI, and I dropped out. You know,
you just said, fuck that. That's all I needed.
You know what I mean? I don't want to go to electrics class and all these theories class. As soon as I learned how to use it, was like, and then I bought an M-Box. I bought an Apex 460. I bought a Mac, and I was the only one in the neighborhood that had that. So that's how I was able to, you know, do the things that I did and have my own artists, because, and that's exactly why I stopped rapping as well, because it was like, why should I rap when there's other rappers and I can play this role that nobody else is really playing? Because now everybody records their own house and has equipment. It's so cheap. Back when I was doing it, it wasn't so attainable. So to have that really meant something. So that's why I was able to step away from rapping and then go into producing and do that for a long time.
I can tell you're really business minded in a sense. What was the business behind the labels? Was it just friendship contracts, or did you actually have papers?
I've been about business in the sense that I get stuff done, but I've never been about contracts or obligations or nothing like that. It's never been, you work for me and that's it, nothing like that. You know what I mean? It was literally just me and my buddies from high school, you know what I mean, who were dope, you know what I mean? So as soon as I had a studio, it was like, yo, come rap. And then from there, you know what I mean, more and more people. There was never, I never had a business plan or nothing like that before, as I was doing. Now, like, you get with experience and you learn through mistake, so you know that, you know, to take things more seriously and to really, you know, cross all your T's and dot all your I's. But before, as a producer, there was no plan at all whatsoever. Later on, I did start a promotion company, H Block Entertainment, with another client, and that was more business. We did more like promotion and stuff like that, and that was more business minded, but promotion sucks.
You guys were throwing shows.
Oh yeah, lots of shows.
Were they with local rappers, or were you trying to do the big headliners? What was the?
Both. I always did. Always had the opportunity to give local rappers stage time, so I've always done that. If you know anybody from Durham region to Toronto for the last 15 years, I've always tried to create some opportunity as far as, you know, getting them shows. But the partner that I have with H Block Entertainment, he did bring down some names like EPMD and stuff like that. So, but I don't know if you know about promoting, but it's a risky game, man. You better hope that it all goes well, because you can lose tens of thousands of dollars in one night. So it's really risky. Yeah. You know, so
no, I agree. I always was kind of the guy that helped the club make good investments. Like I never had the money, but I did throw shows because, you know, I said, yo, such and such is coming down, you know, we can book them for this price, you know, and we could run it up.
You have the money, I have the artist, let's get it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how it goes, man. Trust me. And I'm like you, man. I love doing shows, and I love, you know, that's when it really becomes real to me, you know, because without shows, we're just all rapping from our own places, and you know what I mean. But when you do a show and it really comes together, you really feel that magic and that community, you know what I mean. So like I live for shows, man. I've done lots and lots of shows, and that's what I live for. I can't wait to go back to doing shows, man. That's one thing that I'm looking forward to the most. I miss doing shows so much.
Have you thought about touring?
Yeah, man, I would love to tour. I would love to tour. I've thought about it, but not really planned it because I'm so focused on the music right now. You know what I mean? I took the COVID as a positive in the sense that I'm going to take this time to actually be productive, and instead of being bored or being whatever, and you know, I have this album coming out next month, and I've just been focusing on that so much that I haven't really thought about shows or touring, but it's definitely something that I want to do 100%.
I would love to see you and B1 on the road on the East Coast. I think you would smoke it.
Hell yeah. And I would put Zays in there too, man. Zays is a good friend of mine, and he's, you know, always doing big things. So Zays, B1, I've always talked about doing these shows and albums together. It would be really, really dope.
Word. Is that basically the extent of your label now? Respect over money? Zays and B1?
Just me. Rose Dolo.
Just Dolo.
Yeah, man. No record label, no team. I mean, of course, the people that I was rolling with back then are still around, but they're not really rapping like that. So as far as goes right now, one-man army, man. I don't really rely on nobody. I don't depend on nobody. I love everyone. I got love for everyone, but I do my lonely. You know what I mean?
Straight Dolo. Fuck yeah, I feel that. What's your rapping inspiration, bro?
Shout out to RJ. Shout out to Sammy. Everyone watching right now.
Peace and respect. Peace.
Yeah, shout out to everyone tuning in, man. I love that. I love that.
Hell yeah. What's your rap inspiration like lyrically?
I would say like Ice Cube, Big Pun. Those are the people that I grew up idolizing. Snoop Dogg, Bone Thugs and Harmony. I would like to think that I'm a little salad of all of them, but it's just really where all my influence came from, because that's how I fell in love with music, right? So that's who I bumped. So if you hear you hear a little bit of all those elements, even like Tupac, even Biggie, like all that. I idolize all that shit, right? So that's who I always try to be like, but also be my own. You know, always work very hard to have my own sound and not be compared to anyone. And I feel like that's my greatest accomplishment when it comes to music, that when you hear me on a record, you know it's me. You don't gotta be like, who's that guy? Because you know my voice. I have a very distinctive voice, and I've worked really hard at having my own sound, so I take pride in that.
That's a fact, man. People know when you're on a track. It was very easily distinct to pick out your lyrics. Family first.
Yes, sir.
Family first. Is that your motto?
Always, always. La familia es primero. Since I was a kid, man, always family first. Growing up in Mexico, I was saying it's very family orientated, so always family first, no matter what.
Hell yeah.
And it's not only like blood, like it could be your friends. That's your family too. You have certain boys that become family, so that's not only blood family first. It's like your people, and you got to put them first, no matter what. Loyalty over anything.
Let's talk about the EP, Freedom.
Oh man. Shout out to B1. I was already working on my album when I met B1. I had an interview on the radio, and they were throwing a show, and I went to check it out, and B1 was performing. I was very impressed. I already had about, I want to say like 2 songs for the album, and we started talking, let's do something, and 1 song became 2, became 3. So it was like, let's do a whole EP, And some of the songs I had for the album went on into that EP, but B1 and I have a really good chemistry when it comes to rapping. So it just came very naturally, and it was just the right timing at the right place, And I love that body of art, man. Body of work. Shout out to B1.
Yeah. Great name too.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Freedom. Let's get into some lyrics, because you're a lyricist and a producer, which is a rare combination. You're kind of like a rap unicorn in that way. You said being this honest shouldn't be allowed, but these are my thoughts, and I'm just speaking out loud.
Yes, sir.
Fuck yeah.
I feel like at the time I was going through something where everything was just pouring out of me. You know, I felt like you know, COVID and everything going on and work, kids, all that, you know, sometimes it gets to you. And I was smart enough to buy a mic not that long ago and started recording myself rather than going to places. So it was very easy for me to start being really honest and just really pour my soul out. And that's what that line means. Is just, you know, I'm too honest sometimes. You hear the rest of the lyrics, it's like some controversy, some stuff that I say that is very, you know, deep with me and very dear to me. So that's why I say it shouldn't be allowed. But those are my thoughts, you know. It's exactly what I think.
No, it definitely should be allowed. Fuck that. Do you ever wonder about the future of your freedom of speech as we go along?
Not at all.
Okay, cool.
I think it's only gonna get, you know, harder for them to shut us up. You know, this with technology. You know, this, as you know, there's more and more people speaking out and speaking up after against injustice and all that. So I think that hopefully, you know, everybody continues to speak their mind. But
me too. You said how many lies does it take to feed you?
how many lies does it take to feed you? Because at the time, you know, with COVID and everything going like that, everything was, nobody knew what was really going on, you know, and I just felt like, you know, they were lying to us at all times. So that's what that line talks about. You know, it's like, how many lies can they really feed you and feed you? Because every month, you know, it's always something new. And once again,
Right.
that being frustrated. I love that song. Save the People. That was an amazing song that came together thanks to B1 and Philly. And it was just the right time. It spoke to a lot of people. It did really well. So I had to, you know, speak my heart on that.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah.
What up? Are you frozen? Can you hear me? Are you good?
I'm here, bro. We're all good.
You're frozen.
Everything's good. Instagram's a little glitchy.
Oh man. We gotta get these interviews back in person, man. I would love to be in the studio with you guys. I've been talking to Maloney a lot. Been trying to get B1 and I in an interview in there. You know, I miss
Yo,
that.
that would be dope.
You know, the real life, man. Tired of this online shit.
Yeah, me too, bro. Me too. But like, I'm so glad that we get to chop it up because I'm on the East Coast and you're all the way out in T Dot.
Oh, where are you? Where are you located, man?
Moncton, New Brunswick.
New Brunswick. Oh, that's what up. That's what's up. My family's actually going on a trip out there soon, so I heard it's beautiful out there.
It is. It's pretty dope.
So,
It is.
I gotta make it
The
out there.
summer's great.
Book me for a show. I'll make it out there.
Yo, it's been a pretty weird thing that happened with COVID, man. A lot of the clubs shut down.
Fuck. I hope it comes back, man.
Yeah, me too. I've been trying to book some shows, but all the clubs I used to work with, they're either shut down or they got a makeover and they got new owners. It's just, I don't know, it's fucked up, but
Hopefully they can.
I'm working on it. We're gonna try and get the scene back, you know. I said in one of my raps that rap scenes are confined to tweets and streams now.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, that's what I was saying, man. And when we do shows, that's when it becomes real life. You know what I mean? Because you can see people, and I've met so many rappers. B1, Zays, I met all these rappers just from being at shows, just from randomly. Oh, you're performing, cool. Who's that? I like your shit. You know, chop it up, and you know. So I hope we can get back to that soon, man.
Me too, man. I'm ready. I'm ready. You said, rappers sound like jealous hoes. Couldn't see me? Let it go. You're having trouble even with the Hubble telescope. Bars.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was actually one of the first songs I did, man. I think that was maybe song number 2 that I ever recorded. So it's funny that you're quoting that song right now.
You know we got to, man. We gotta give the fucking people
Appreciate
this hot knowledge.
I feel like at the time I was just learning my voice, learning my flow. You know what I mean? At the time, like the first 5 songs that I released are all so different because I was just trying to find my space. You know what I mean? If you hear all the songs have different flow, different voices that I'm trying, and you know what I mean? Just because I was, like I said, it's trying to find what works for me. You know what I mean? And that was one of those where, you know, just having fun with it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Pound and shout out to Empty Clips with me on that song. Dope.
Hell yeah. Orbit was a joint, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
We played the clip of that on our story. That shit's slapping.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. And Always Ready, I love that song, man. You came through with the squad and you were looking dope in the video.
Thank you.
Do you usually shoot your own videos now?
B1 edits all my videos. He works with a guy named Zach from North America Hip Hop, and
okay,
they've shot all my my videos lately. Yeah, so it's pretty dope having, you know, own in-house camera and editor and all that. You know what I mean? Makes it very accessible and all that. So last 4 videos or 5 videos that we got, B1 and Zach have done it. So yes, sir.
Fuck yeah. The team, man. The team.
Yeah, man. You got to do everything your own, you know? Like, fuck depending on other people, you know, or waiting and paying all this money. Just do it yourself, you know what I mean? Everything's so attainable now. 10, 15 years ago, we're paying thousands and thousands of dollars to get one video done, you know what I mean? So it's like, now, fuck, let's get it done. Let's do it now. You know, why wait, you know? It's like,
right.
No.
Record it on an iPhone and fucking edit that shit in Adobe and let's fucking go.
It's on our fucking pocket. And people are still not putting out videos. Like, there's really no excuse anymore, man.
Yeah, it's craziness. But you know, it's life. And Always Ready, you said, I'm just trying to be a man. I'm just trying to free my kid. I'm just praying they don't pay for the stupid shit I did. Can you talk about a little deeper on that? That's a really harsh. That's a dope bar.
Exactly what it means, man. Trying to feed my kids. I pray they don't pay for all the mistakes, all the stupid shit I did. I feel like a lot of people carry their weight into their children. You know what I mean? They had a hard life, so then they pass that on to their kids. You know what I mean? And I never wanted to do that. I wanted to leave my past in my past and not take it out on my kids and not put that on them. You know what I mean? And hopefully they don't feel all the trauma and all the shit that I've experienced. You know what I mean? I've always tried to put that behind me so they don't feel that. So just like everything I've done, it's all for my kids. You know, that's family first. That's, you know, that's for them, really. It's all my family, but it's really for my wife and kids. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what matters the most to me. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them.
Fucking right. Shout out to them. For sure. Man, we got to get into your squad because you're rolling deep, my friend. You're rolling deep. All right. Talk to me about your man, Dino Bravo.
Dano Bravo, man. I actually met him through B1, and it's funny how when you meet someone, you have so many similarities with someone. At the time, we were living not that far from each other. We had the same birthday, and we just hit it off like just as friends type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So when I started rapping, a lot of people didn't take me serious because I was a producer. They didn't think, oh, he's just, you know, fucking around. So I was not having an easy time finding beats. A lot of people were, you know, just giving me their scraps or trying to sell me shit, you know what I mean? And as I started proving myself, you know, more people came forward and, you know, offered their beats to me. And Dana was one of those, and he's an amazing producer. I feel that, once again, trying to be different, he has his own sound. You know, a lot of producers make those type of beats, Meek Mill type of beat, this type of beat.
Right. Type beats.
Exactly. Daniel Bravo makes his own shit. Daniel Bravo don't give a fuck who's listening, or you know what I mean. He's smoking, putting his headphones on, and all night. Some of his shit is like, okay, you know, it's hard to rap to because it's all over the place. But certain ones that is just like, I think I have two or three Daniel Bravo productions on my album, and I told him we're gonna have to do a EP one day because it's just off the hook, man. It's very, very dope. B1 did a whole album with him, and yeah, he took all the great beats, man. Amazing producer. Shout out Daniel Bravo, man.
Why aren't you using your beats in a majority?
I don't make beats anymore, man. I stopped making beats to produce, to rap.
Oh shit! So is somebody else posting on your SoundCloud with beats and stuff? Holy fuck! There's a bunch of beats up there.
That I reposted or like in my history?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was your history.
Yeah, I work with a lot of producers from SoundCloud, so that's probably what you're looking at.
Okay.
Addicts. Through Daniel Bravo, I was able to discover a whole community of producers all over the world. As I was saying before, I always try to give opportunities to local people, my friends. So I always worked with my own producers, SK Productions, Kilohertz, all the things like that. And I love for them. But through SoundCloud, I discovered that there's a whole world of people out there that are making dope music that are just willing to work like I am. So that's how I connect with them. And I've connected with some amazing producers, and I've gotten so much done because now there's work to be done. You know, it's hard to rap when you have no dope beats or used beats or you're just downloading beats. You know what I mean? When you got producers that are down to work, then it makes everything so fucking easy. They pick a great canvas, you know what I mean? So, yeah, shout out to the SoundCloud world out there, man. If you're not on SoundCloud, if you're a producer, get in there, man. There's a lot of fucking work to be done out there.
Fuck yeah, a lot of smoke. Talk to me about how you met Dre Spex. That's my guy. That's the homie.
Yeah, well, I actually watched you guys' interview last week. That was really good. I don't even know how I met Dre Spex. I think I met him at a Connect the Dots show. Dan Barker, Connect the Dots shows. I was hype man for Zakes at the time, right before rapping. And yeah, I think that's where I met him. And I think he was my first feature. I think he was like one of the first songs that I did, and I really wanted to work with him. I was really liking what he was doing. So yeah, man, just connect with people, work. You know what I'm saying? And Dre Spex is dope, so I had to work with him.
Fuck yeah! Shout out to the Moon Crickets.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's how we doing it, man. Let's get into B1 the Architect because, man, he's a talented MC.
Yes, sir.
He really gets to it. Man, like you two really went together well.
The thing about B1, that what I respect about him, not only is he a good rapper, but he gets everything done. Like I was saying before about not depending on anyone, that's him to the T, because he really does produce his own shit, rap, record himself, mix, master, edits the fucking videos, you know what I'm saying? Like does the graph, really doing all that shit himself. So like that's really what I respected. Of course, he's a dope rapper and I respect that, but I don't know anybody else that's doing that much shit. I know people that produce and rap or sing, but doing it that much, doing everything like that, man. His work ethic is really good, and he's getting a lot done. So that's how we were able to get a lot of shit done, you know.
Word up. How did you get Mick Boogie on a joint?
Mike
Dope MC.
Boogie's been a friend of mine for a long time, man. He's I'm from Oshawa, right? So he's Oshawa legend, you know, like back back in the day where nobody else was rapping, it was only like 3-4 rappers. Mike Boogie was one of them, you know. Mike Boogie, G Knight, and you know, and Fire Touch, and those were my OGs when I was coming in, you know what I mean? So when I started rapping, I had to get Mike Boogie in a song. It was only right. Shout out Mike Boogie.
Fuck yeah, real OG shit.
Yeah, seriously though, man, for real. Shout out Mike Boogie.
Peace and respect. Fuck yeah. Oh man, talk to me about Beat Busta.
Beat Busta. That was the first producer that I worked with outside of my own people, and it was once again when I was trying to discover my own sound, and he had a lot of different type of beats, and it made it easy for me to try different flavors because he had all types of flavors, you know what I mean? So I think my first like 3-4 songs he produced, so shout out to him as well, man. He does a lot of dope stuff. I haven't worked with him in a minute. Ever since I started working on my actual album stuff, I stopped working with him because he's more like a least beat type of guy, but he's always working, man. He's been working. Shout out B Busta as well.
Man, when you say your actual album, were you talking about the EP or the album that turned into an EP, or are you working on an album that we haven't heard yet?
The Family First album is coming out next month. It was supposed to drop this month, but it got pushed back because I just wanted to be perfect. But I have an album coming out August 15th. Family First. I got 13 brand new songs. One just came out last week, Road Less Travel. And I got another 12 songs, brand new songs, and I'm putting an extra 2 bonus songs on the physical copies. So 15 songs coming on August 15th. So Family First. That's the album, man.
Family First.
Sure.
Fuck yeah, let's get it. Fuck yeah. Is there any talk of a follow-up to the EP with you and B1?
We've talked about it. It's been talked about, but I just been, like I said, I've been focused on this album so much that you know, I just been focusing on that. We have talked about Freedom too. It kind of more as a, you know, joking around, but we've also talked about doing an album with Zays as well. Zays, B1, and I are supposed to be doing an EP together, so that might happen before Freedom too.
Fuck yeah. Is your promotion squad getting back together again, H Block? Or was that like a one-time?
Question. That's one for the books right there, man. Who knows? Only time will tell. I think that it's one of those things that if it does happen, it will be very special. But you know, if it doesn't happen, then you know we had our time. But hey, stay tuned. You never know.
Anything could happen, right?
You know it.
Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah. Respect over money. You know, the squad.
Yes, sir.
Fuck yeah, man. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you for taking the time out to rock with us.
Thank you, man. I really enjoyed this interview, man. You've done your homework, and I appreciate that, man. You're on the good path, so keep it up, man. Don't give it up. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you, bro. From one MC to another.
Oh, you guys, man. Keep that shit up, man. The fucking underground needs people like you. You know what I mean? And I know you guys go unappreciated a lot of the time, but, you know, I'm here to appreciate you guys and keep doing your thing, man. Don't give up. And tell Maloney to get you guys back in the studio, man, because we need to get in there, man. We need to get in there.
I need to get on one of those fucking posse cuts. That's for sure, for sure. Now that I'm on the team, I kind of have to weasel my way onto those tracks.
Anything can happen.
That's a fucking fact. You know it, man. And as I always say, peace, love, and respect. It's hip-hop, baby.
Peace, man.
Peace. Yes, sir. Breaking Records Radio. Thanks to all the viewers. Shout out to the YouTube viewership. And we gone.
I got the Midas touch, everything I hold a touch combust to gold dust. You see me as a threat, but you don't need to sweat, cause your girl know I keep her wetter than a Chia pet. Ain't nobody give a fuck when you doing bad. Motherfuckers wanna hate when you doing good. Hoping that this feeling doesn't stay. Getting drunk every day, waiting till it goes the fuck away. Then I wake up to another day just to face reality again. Cause the buzz of pain doesn't change a fucking thing. Nothing comes next, I wonder what's next. I used to be atheist, but now I just say fuck it, I'm blessed. Fuck it, I'm blessed. They say it's easier said than done, so I'm working till I get it done.